Hello, everyone. Welcome to Summer School in Hogwarts. This is a game run by the Gauntlet Community, and if you want to learn more about us, there will be links in the description of this video. Uh, on this game, we're going to follow the adventures of our first year students of Hogwarts. And before we introduce our characters, just running around through safety tools. So we have the X card and a script change in place. We have an open table policy. And in addition, we have established lines and veils, which will be treated as a living document. So anyone that needs to add something for one reason or another, just feel free. And yeah, why don't we introduce ourselves? Let's go in order of the character keeper, starting with Alistair McLagan.
I think you're muted, David.
Try it again. Did press the button. But hello, everybody. I'm Dave. I go by he, him as pronouns, and I'm playing Alistair McLagan, who is a pure blood Slytherin with a love of dragons and a suitably dour Scottish personality.
Suppose that makes me next. I'm Pearl. I use she and her pronouns. I am playing Griselda Radcliffe, also a pureblood, but a Gryffindor. And I'm known for being a bit reckless, but having that Gryffindor bravery. So it's, in my mind, what I'm supposed to be doing anyway. I greatly enjoy spellcasting and pulling pranks, and consider Alistair to be my best friend, and I'm fiercely loyal, even when he makes me smell like dragon dung.
Yes, I'm next. I am Maria. I use she, her pronouns, and I'll be playing Lawrence Lim. He is also a Gryffindor, but he is Muggle-born, and he is extremely enthusiastic about making friends and learning about magic, and his thing seems to be what could go wrong. He'll just jump into anything, and is, I think, pretty protective of other Muggle-borns, or he just wants to make sure that no one is going to suffer for who they are. But that's Lawrence.
Hello, I'm Pavel. I use he, him pronoun, and today I am playing Argus Schmidt. He's a young boy from a family of proud wizards. He is Ravenclaw. I think I put on the wrong colors than on the shirt. I will try to, but I'm not sure if I have anything. Anyway, he's young. He thinks he's there to like show off, but he's slowly learning the ins and outs of living with a group of kids. He's eager to learn, but he wants to show that he's Ravenclaw, and his parents were Ravenclaw, and his mom has dyed his hair to be like very blue, so that he's definitely on the first sight. Oh yeah, he's Ravenclaw. Yeah, that's Argus.
Okay, so we go back to the castle of Hogwarts, and last session, the group confronted the Bradley twins, some 30 years Ravenclaw pureblood bullies that have been targeting Muggle students. In particular, a young student that just joined Hogwarts, Carla Fernandez. Now, what do we see as we cross to time, as autumn gives in to winter? how the different ways we see the different characters getting back at the Bradleys. And let's do it on reverse. So let's start with Argus, and then go in reverse order.
And what is the question? Can you repeat, please?
So basically, we have a montage of different preparations that each of you is doing to get back at the Bradley twins. So when we get from scene, when it falls on Argus, what do we see?
I have no idea. Do we have some kind of a frame? I think someone said that there will be like a party and that we plan to like make them silly at the party. Is that our frame, my dear colleagues?
I believe that was proposed, and I said that we needed a more multi-tiered attack so that they would know that they could never expect the next one and should leave us alone indefinitely. But I don't know if there was agreement on that. That was just my personal opinion.
Okay, I'm. So Ludo, just using the game mechanics, can we cast spells from higher years or like brew potions from higher years, or is it not possible?
If you get a way to learn it, yes, you can.
It's okay.
So, for example, we can get to see how Angus gets hands into a higher level spell or potion.
To be honest, I don't have a very fixed idea at the moment.
So, okay, so let's give a specific framing. So we get back to another class and we see the greenhouses, the busy greenhouses where herbology is taught. And we see the elderly, jovial herbology teacher, Terry McGrath, as he's going around from student to student, giving the instructions of how to deal with some very dangerous magical plants. What we see that Argus realizes has strong potential for mischief and is able to pocket.
I think we see. I think we see like Argus just like checking his notes. He's looking at a little like card hidden under the table where he like found some ingredients for aging potion, and all of them are like with question marks because he isn't really sure. But one of the key ingredients is of course something that needs to be like harbored from this plant in this class. It's like he needs to like get the root and then extract the juice from the root, and this is like the key ingredient of the aging potion, because why not play a prank with making them look old and everything? That could be a good prank on the boys. So maybe we see Argus like as the class is progressing, he is trying to make sure that nobody sees him, like there's like making notes with the left hand and with the right one trying to like get the root from this magical plant. Like what can go wrong?
Okay, then we get to another part of the castle where we see what Lawrence is preparing. Is it another classroom, an empty common room, the library?
I think, let's see. Lawrence is in an empty classroom, and he's got his favorite charms textbook in front of him. And I think he is looking to attempt to learn some spells. by which I mean he's definitely looking at some of the, I don't know if it would be in the Charms textbook. I think he's trying to see if he can learn how to do Slugulus Erecto, the slug vomiting curse. So I don't know if you just see him in his classroom, like waving his wand and saying it multiple times in different, with different pronunciations, because he doesn't really know what he's doing. I don't know if they've gotten to that part in the text in the class yet. But he's just like, Slugulus Erecto? Slugulus Erecto? And I don't know how well that goes. I don't know if I need to roll, but he's just like practicing various terrible things to try to do.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't need to roll.
Okay.
Because this is part of a montage.
Mm-hmm.
And we see Lawrence messing up and trying. And then we see the teacher for Defense Against the Dark Arts, a middle-aged but fit retired Quidditch pro keeper that actually played for England and was part of 3 cup winning teams. And she's being very patient and instructing Lawrence. And she goes, careful. You might not know this, but nobody is as targeted by curses as the keeper. So you kind of have to learn a thing or two. And you're going to have to do it while on a broom, surrounded by a screaming mob of wizards. So the secret is always to relax, to find your center and ignore everything else on the world. Just let your magic fall through you.
Lawrence is like scribbling notes on his Charms textbook. Be relaxed, keeper. Don't fall.
Okay, then we get to the first weekend in which the wizardlings were able to go to the neighboring village. And we see which kind of mischief Griselda has been up to.
So Griselda knows that the kind of multi-tiered assault upon the Bradley twins that is going to be necessary to deter them is going to have to be probably spearheaded by her, because she's been doing this sort of thing her whole life. And she has gone into Hogsmeade to Zonko's joke shop and used most of the last of her money to pick up a trick wand, which is a wand that appears normal, but when someone tries to cast a spell with it, it turns into a random non-wand object. And some stink pellets, and hiccup sweets, which are prank candy that induce hiccuping, and also an exploding snap deck, a deck of wizard cards which spontaneously explode during gameplay. And so she has ideas for how all of these should be used, as well as her itching powder, which we established in our first session that some of you were not here for, that she brought with her in the first place. So this is the plan she's going to propose to everyone. Because the Bradley twins are Ravenclaws, anything that happens in Ravenclaw Commons is going to have to be undertaken by Argus. But some of the classes, I'm going to say, and Ludo, you can veto this, but it will certainly put a hindrance on my plans, for the third years are after the first year classes. So if something were to be left in a classroom, say, the Bradley twins might pick it up. And if we were to, on Monday, linger a bit after certain classes and see where they sit, we might be in a better position to make sure that those objects end up in the right place. So I'm going to delegate, and if people accept, all the better. So I think the trick wand, I'm hoping that Argus will swap out secretly, like overnight, for one of the wands in the Bradley twins' rooms on a day right before an important test in like transfiguration or something. And I think the hiccuping suites, perhaps we can figure out a way to do it in the dining room. I'm open to suggestions, but I want to ideally give them to them right before something like a charms class, where they have to be able to speak the spell correctly so that they will hiccup in the middle of each spell, and hopefully hilarious wrong results will happen as a result. And then the other things, the exploding snap deck and the stink pellets, I think we can just find ways to do them. And the itching powder, which is an old specialty of mine, I will find a way to sprinkle it somewhere in their robes or even in their bags if they have them, so when they reach. But I will take care of the itching powder. And I'm thinking if we delegate, trick wand, stink pellets, hiccup sweets, and snap decks around us, and everyone can just pick which one they feel like they want to do, and then we all do reconnaissance, we should then spend space it out over about 2 weeks with a few days in between each one. So every time they think that we're finished, something new happens. What do you all think of that plan?
Yeah, I think that, speaking of reconnaissance, we find out how Alistair has conceived a cunning plan to keep complete track of their movements. So what do we see in a flashback? Alistair setting up to always be ready to unleash the trickery and mischief.
I think what Alistair has done is, we know Grizz partly made a map a couple of weeks ago, and that wasn't finished. So the two of them have conspired to turn it into a tracking map, so we can track the Bradley twins when they're on Hogwarts grounds at all times. Mac's a little bit meaner than Grizz, so Mac has snuck into the Quidditch room and cast a shrinking charm on about half a dozen bludgers. And when this all goes off, he snuck little bludger balls into their backpacks, which might go off and explode and chase them around at the same time.
And then it comes. So what do we see as the conclusion of all these plans?
First of all, do Argus and Lawrence agree to the plan that I sort of put forth along with Mac's additions?
I think so.
Because they will have to be involved.
I think Lawrence wants to take the hiccuping sweets and try and figure out a way to make it accidentally drop on the floor, maybe during a meal, and just be and mix them in with other sweets so that maybe these
make them tempted
Ravenclaws
to steal it.
Yeah.
They would steal from a muggle born, right?
And a scrawny little kid like Lawrence, I think. Just so tempting.
Good thinking.
Take his sweets.
We'll make you a sneaky Gryffindor yet. I like it. And Argus, then you would be in charge of the trick wand, in terms of swapping it out in the common room. Are you up to the task?
What you mean, like sneak up into the room at night?
Yeah, after they've gone to sleep, just swap one of their wands out for the trick wand. Ideally before a test in some important class.
Yeah, sure, of course. I will think about how can I do it. Yes, of course.
Wonderful. I will, like I said, I will handle the itching powder. I wonder about the exploding snap deck. Should we just have Argus wait until there's no one else really around and then just happen to leave it on the table in Ravenclaw Commons?
That's extremely risky. We risk, like, I don't know, pulling a prank on some unsuspecting target. That's like,
Yeah, you'd have to definitely wait until no one else was around, and we'd have to figure out if that was even possible, or if there's another way to get the snap deck to them. I'm definitely open to it. I love the idea of the hiccuping sweets in the bag that's too tempting for them not to steal, along with the shrinking bludgers. And the stink pellets, I think we should reserve for outdoor activities that involve multiple years. I think we can find a way to make them odoriferous if we try hard enough. Yeah?
yeah, sure. That's a very multi-stage counterattack.
Exactly.
Counteroffensive.
We have to keep them on their toes. Otherwise, they'll just retaliate. If we do it all in one go, they could figure out it's us and retaliate. But if they never know when the next one's coming, then they won't want to retaliate because they'll know there could be more in store.
By multi-year events, do you mean we're drawing this out over several years?
No. I mean, like there's like at Quidditch or something like
I see.
where multiple years are in the same place at the same time.
Because I do understand that, like, revenge is best served cold, as there's a saying, I believe. So we could, a year from now.
I just don't know that we're all going to be here a year from now.
It's
true.
I
think the immediate goal is to get them to leave the Muggles alone and get some revenge, right?
Yes.
So, but I have taken on leadership, but it's certainly not unilateral. Everyone is welcome to veto any aspect of the plan. I'm pure blood. They're not going to target me. So.
Yeah, let's get on with it. I think I heard that they have tomorrow some semi-qualifications to some of the tournaments, so that the one trick would be like perfect for tomorrow.
Perfect. All right, I'm going to give you the wand. So this stage is up to you. Stage 1. Also tomorrow, all of us try to do some looking out for when they have classes after us, so that lingering just long enough to put things in place will work. Agreed? Agreed. Onwards, fellows.
So it comes to the day of preparing for the Quidditch team's qualifiers, and it seems nobody is willing to talk about the details, but the rumors and laughing and sneer is pretty obvious. And August knows immediately at lunch that the Bradley twins have been expelled from the Ravenclaw Quidditch team. Now they are tormented by a lot of smaller pranks, rising in intensity, until it comes to the biggest event before Christmas, the farewell feast before the students go home for Christmas. And there's enough chaos and people going on and around. There's a lot of luggage going around and people do not know what is what or coming from. And it's the perfect moment to unleash the final blow. So
I think by this point,
how are they tormented?
if this much time has passed, I think we've done the trick wand, obviously. And I'm thinking the hiccuping suite. So I'm going to say I'm going to do a double attack with stink pellets and itching powder. And while nobody else might know which luggage is whose, Griselda knows because Griselda pays attention. And in all the chaos, it's very easy for her to quietly, let's see, do I have an opening spell? I don't think I do. That's okay. To just quietly, slightly unzip a suitcase here and there and sprinkle some powder and pellets into into the suitcases of the Bradley twins. And then I'm going to hand a few stink pellets and itching powders to Argus, who will be sitting at the Ravenclaw table. And if he has a chance to sprinkle a bit in their food as well, can't hurt. But if nothing else, their luggage is going to unleash quite the torrent of unpleasantness when they open it. And anyone around them will smell the smells and know where they're coming from because they are pungent and directional. So the rest of Ravenclaw, if they get anywhere near the suitcases, will probably not be thrilled with the Bradley twins. I think that those stink pellets linger and the common room is not that big after all.
So as we see a very stinky aftermath, how does the group celebrate their victory as they reduced the Bradley twins to the laughing stock of Hogwarts and something that everyone will be talking about during the vacations?
As I recall, I brought some chocolate frogs to Hogwarts when I was first on the train. So I'm happy to offer those up if anyone wants to share in a celebratory frog or two. We can't all meet in a common room because we're different houses. Do we have like a spot that we meet outside, guys?
Yeah, where is your gang's place? Where is that you gather together?
Is there any possibility of a statue that's kind of out of the way and in disrepair, but has all the heads of the houses on it? And so because we have several houses represented, but we've sort of united, we might meet near that statue?
Is it like a larger statue with like the 4 founders, so you can kind of just like hide in the in the middle, maybe?
We could either hide in the middle, or perhaps there's some like bushes and trees that we can dart behind if we see someone coming. But ideally, it would be sort of out of the main way where people would be walking. So usually there wouldn't be anyone stumbling upon it. Now, this is up to Ludo, of course, whether or not this even exists, and up to the rest of you, whether you think it's a good idea.
Yeah, it exists.
That's fine with me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's overlooking the lake, so it's an unusual calm place. Because people don't, especially at this time of the year, people don't want to be around the lake.
So definitely all bundled, probably. Seems like an outdoor meeting place. I think Lawrence would have some hot chocolate that he's like taken from the kitchens or somewhere and be like, celebratory hot chocolate.
That sounds lovely, Lawrence. Thank you.
We do deserve to celebrate after we've shown those Bradley twins
It's true.
what a group of friends can do.
It's true. We have been triumphant. But now that they're taken care of, we have some other things about the school that I think we were needing to address. And perhaps we should keep our eye on the prize with those ones. Mac needs to ride a dragon. I want to know what the thing in the weird circular dusty room was and where I can get one of those quills. And I think we had some other things. Oh, that newspaper, which has, as far as I know, not stopped circulating with the demise of the social status of the Bradley twins. What are people interested in?
Is this the last day of term, or we still got a little bit of time left in term, Ludo?
I would say it's the last day. So it's basically you already packed it and everyone is going to spend the Christmas with the McLagan. So this is basically the last moment of freedom that they have still in Hogwarts.
Cool. Mac is looking especially pleased with himself. Those shrunken bludgers in the case, he's snuck them into the Bradley twins' luggage. So when they get home and lift the books out, they're going to explode all over their house.
Wonderful.
He explains his plan. He says, shakes his head at any chocolate and goes back to dried fruit and says, "My mother doesn't like me having chocolate."
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot from the train ride. But I'm glad you have some fruit with you, because really we do need to celebrate a bit.
Why would they be hiding books on dragon training in the all the way up in the towers? That's what I want to know. Knowledge is knowledge.
Agreed. Well, and with the groundskeeper having said that other animals have been having issues, and we saw that giant squid injured, it seems like magical creatures around here are being dealt with in suspicious ways, and I'm with you. Time to find out. I don't think we should all go. I think it would be suspicious if all four of us are missing at the same time.
I think Lawrence also kind of wants to know about the secret staircases, or that like dusty place. So maybe we can split up and deal with two unknowns.
All right. So, Lawrence, you've been to the staircase, obviously.
Yes.
I'm not eager to revisit it. So, Argus, are you willing to go with Lawrence to the secret staircase? And I will go with Mac to the secret library?
Yeah, secret staircases. Yeah, sounds like interesting idea.
Have you ever been to the Gryffindor common room? You are in for a treat.
No, I have not. I'm tired of answering riddles to my own common room, so I don't even want to imagine how to get to Gryffindor common room. But
we have no riddles.
Oh, no riddles. Oh, that will be interesting.
We just have a nice lady in a painting that we have to talk to.
I can talk to the lady in the painting. Yeah, why not? Yeah, let's go.
Yes.
They're also, just so you know, when you get there, maybe a mysterious woman. We never really figured out who she was, and there may be some sort of giant creature. Just so you're prepared.
We can take her. Anyway, she can't have been there for like this long, right? She had to go and
I don't
get
imagine
new ink,
the whole time.
probably.
She just, we don't know whether she goes back there to do whatever mysterious and possibly nefarious things she's doing. I'm just letting you know, because it seems better safe than sorry.
Yes,
also, if you do head into Gryffindor Commons, Argus, I would just steer clear of the little bowl of Bertie Bott's beans, because I may have taken out the good tasting ones before putting it out. Just, for a laugh.
That explains why I've only gotten the booger flavored ones for the last 5 times I've tried.
Did I not mention it? Sorry about that. So much on my mind these days.
Yeah, knowing you, Griselda, I probably shouldn't touch anything in the Gryffindors. All this stinking powder and itching powder. I will let Lawrence open all the doors just in case.
I can do that. What's a Gryffindor for if not getting into trouble? Even if it was trouble set up by other Gryffindors.
Yeah, thankfully, most of the Gryffindors have already left, except one of the prefects, and you can hear the sound of a quill moving on its own, as you see one of the Gryffindor prefects, Anemone Andromeda. And she seems curious to see the two of you, especially Ravenclaw. And she is a bit startled. Oh, I thought you already left. So, is there anything I can do for you, Lawrence? And she turns and puts herself between the paper and the quill that's been working.
Oh, we don't leave until later today. Is there a way for Lawrence to like look around and see if he can see what's on the paper?
Yeah, but she's making an activity for her to stand between two.
Ah.
So how are you gonna try to do that?
Um.
Maybe I can like engage her in a discussion like, oh yes, we are just like pocketing all the things. I'm not sure if I like catch your name like. And Argos will try to like engage her with like a discussion. Does leaving Lawrence to, I don't know, sneak around or something?
Wait a minute, Lawrence. Did you bring a Ravenclaw here to some mischief? What are you planning to do on the empty Gryffindor hall? Are you trying to prepare tricks to after people return from vacation?
No, I'm just trying to enhance inter-house relations and Anemone. Is her name Anemone?
Andromeda.
And like, they always tell us that we should like be united with our fellow housemate or our other houses. So I figured that since everyone was going to be gone, I could just show Argus how much warmer and cozier our Gryffindor is than Ravenclaw.
Well, good, because if I knew that you were playing tricks and you have not invited me, I won't have to dock you points.
I would always invite you. Lawrence kind of says with his fingers crossed behind his back, like, not really.
Okay, I just need to get some work done. You know how it is when everyone is going to vacation. There's always some work that is left to the last hours. So yeah, feel free to walk around and introduce to the secrets of the common room of the Gryffindors. Also, I got new jelly beans. There was something wrong with the old batch. I don't know what. There's so many bad ones.
You are the best prefect, Anemone, Lawrence says, trying to get her just to be like happy. I don't know. He's definitely like buttering up a little bit.
Yeah, I guess you are trying basically to get her to drop her guard now down enough to get a peek.
Yep.
So that would be.
Is that get what I seek?
Yeah, and one of you can roll that, and the other can help.
Am I trying to use honesty, negotiation, charisma, and/or humility?
Yeah,
I am.
You're trying to be friendly.
Okay, let's see. So plus bravery, which is a 3.
And Argus can go ahead and roll help or hinder someone.
Okay, so Lawrence got a 10.
Okay, so you got a 10. So okay, so you get what you wanted, no problem. So basically, you flatter her, and she starts going into a casual conversation and starting discussion, vacation plans, and she's very curious about how different the season is now that you joined the wizarding world. So she really goes into rapport with Lawrence, and she resumes her work kind of mindfully, kind of forgetting that she was trying to keep it covered. And you can see what she's doing. She is copying what seems to be a leaflet, and it seems to be both a list of students of Hogwarts that were deemed at risk, and also what seems to be an article condemning the ministry for not taking seriously the demands from the headmaster of Hogwarts that asked for assistance in protecting the safety of Muggle-born students and students with Muggle families.
Interesting. So I think Lawrence is just like keeps up the conversation and is like peeking at that, and then tries to end the conversation at some point so we can try to find the secret staircase at some point.
Yeah, you learn of that, and she at some point leaves, taking most of the bundle of copies, but she leaves some copies on the desk that she was working, and you have your path clear in case you want to go down the Star Crisis.
Oh, if she left something.
Yeah, she left some copies. It's like she went to bring some of them somewhere else, and she left some there for later.
Okay. Oh, can we see what's on the? Is it just the same?
It's the same thing,
copied
over and over.
Okay. And I guess, yeah, does it say like what kind of risk the students are at?
Yeah, it speaks about. Well, Lawrence never had much contact with this name, but if he shows that to Argus, Argus knows. It's talking about Death Hitters and he who must not be named.
Oh. So yeah, I think Lawrence is just like showing it all to Argus at the same time and being like, this is interesting. Do we know any of the names on that list?
Well, your name is on that list.
Is Carla?
Carla's name is on that list, yeah. And also the name, another name that you also recognize is Emeric Dubois.
Okay. I don't think Lawrence met Emeric last time.
Yeah, I think only Argus met of the two of you. But he's on your class, so... So those are 3 first year worlds on the list.
So they are endangered because of he who should not be named and
his Death Eaters.
Yeah, like Argus thinks, what do I know? Like I definitely heard the name, but what does he really know about them? This Death Eaters seems dangerous.
They do.
Yeah, Argus pretty much knows what everyone in the wizard world knows, especially with probably what they talk in front of someone that young. Basically, they say that they are criminals. That's probably how the adults put it. They are criminals. They are wizard criminals. They commit heinous acts of violence and they practice dark magics. That's probably how your parents told it to you, Argus.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I think we should like, not well. You know that you're on the list. We should warn Carla and Emeric that they should also watch. Be careful. Well, good that we have seen the list. Now, where was the entrance to this mysterious staircase?
Somewhere back in a cleaning closet area. And so Lawrence will just go in that direction.
Yeah. So as you go into the secret stairway, we get to the other group, which is making the way across the grounds. Snow is falling, and they are approaching the Dragon Tower, which can be seen at the distance. And the tower seems to shake and rotate over itself, and it's anchored to the ground by heavy weight chains. So it's there on the horizon. How do you plan to approach it?
I think I missed something there. What's dead on the horizon? We're approaching it or something?
The tower.
Oh, well, am I already with Mac?
Yes, it's the two of you that are preparing to see how you're going to approach the tower.
I've been preparing for this for a while. So there are two things we can do, I'm thinking, although, Mac, if you have better ideas, I'm open to them, because neither of mine are particularly unrisky. But we do know the Wingardium Leviosa spell, and we could potentially lift ourselves up to the window at the top of the tower and just go straight in, although we would risk someone seeing. I do have a smoke conjuring spell, which would sort of disguise that, but probably be even more like just attention catching. But you know diminuendo the shrinking spell, and I'm wondering, do you think you could shrink us enough for us to get into like a crack or under the door, and then, unshrink us, ideally? Finite incantatum, I believe you know the counter spell.
I think Matt can try to shrink them. Is it harder to do it on two people than one, or is it just still a straightforward spell roll?
Yeah, it's a straightforward spell roll. Okay, so try to shrink people.
Woohoo! So I've actually succeeded on a spell, so that would be 9 minus 1, but plus 1 because I've got Griselda as a friend. So a 9 for casting the spell. We wanted to do proper spell things, we said last time. I'll find the name. Right, so Matt looks, I suppose, confused of whether or not he can do this. He's not the best of wizards for a pureblood. Takes out his wand and points it at both of them and swishes it around and shouts diminuendo, and attempts to shrink them both, which I think he does on a 9.
So what do you pick?
Let's find the what have I got to pick from? Sorry, Ludo. Which list?
So the effect is not as powerful as... Yeah.
So I think that the effect doesn't last as long as it should.
Okay, that makes the next question so important. So now that you shrank and increased the distance that you need to cross, How do you get there on the top of the tower?
I would hope we didn't do the spell till we were right next to the tower.
Yeah, but you still need to go up to the tower floating, anchored by chains.
Oh, bother. I forgot about that bit. Mac?
I think we've shrunk down to get through, but the tower is still up there in floating in the air, right?
Yeah, so you still have to climb the chains at least. And now you are tiny.
I'm working on the principle now that as we're so small that we probably can float ourselves up into the air. What could go wrong?
Okay, so who is trying to cast Wingardium Leviosa?
Wingardium Leviosa.
Okay, so go ahead and that roll.
4, 5, 6, 7 minus 1 plus 1, 7. Woo! It's good to do magic with your friends.
Okay, so what do you get?
I think at this point, maybe we're going to attract unwanted attention. So perhaps we do that. We float straight up and so have I got the plus 1 incorrect there? Because if I have,
Okay, so let's roll. Then Griselda should roll helping in there. So I guess she's also assisting you through the spell casting.
Okie dokie. So I'm not going to cast a spell. I'm doing the help or hinder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. So I have 1 loyalty, and it's pertaining to Mac. So it gives me a 2 bonus overall.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, it's a 6. I failed. So I'm not able to help or hinder, and there may be a serious consequence, and I mark experience. I'm so tired of rolling poorly.
Okay, so you start to levitate.
Mm-hmm.
And now the trick is, because you pretty much have to request Wingardium Leviosa multiple times to get you up. But the problem is this is taking way too long. At some point, you can notice that you seem to be getting larger. And you realize in panic that the first spell is not lasting as long as you thought it would last. And you're gonna have to throw yourself at either one of the chains and risk dangling from it, or through one of the lower windows of the dragon tower.
Window.
Griselda, also window?
I'm certainly going wherever Mac's going. I don't think we should split up at this point. So, yeah.
Okay. So you roll into the window and you land right on a pile of hay. The problem is that the way is extremely warm. And in fact, it starts to turn to ashes. And as you turn around, you see what seems to be a Swedish short snout covering 4 eggs. So how about we cut to the others? So you come down the secret staircase, and you have the different paths. You have the path to the Slytherin common room, you have the path to Gryffindor, and you have the other two that you still have not explored. The tracks that you had left last time are long gone, as well as there was the trail of the tail of whatever was going through these tunnels.
And what is in general down here? So, like, I imagine we walk down the stairs, and what is like at the bottom where all of those stairs connect? Is it like just like a room size cave? Can we like explore the downside?
No. The way that we described it at the other session was more like an empty cistern. In fact, there is a bit of water in some of accumulated in some of the cornerstones. If there is some plumbing around or nearby that is leaking in. But yeah, it's really wide and deep. It's way more deep than a typical room.
And so there were, if I remember correctly, so there was like the one staircase that had the trail that was maybe the creature. And then the other staircase, did we know anything about that one? Was that the one? Did we know anything about the fourth staircase?
You only know about the Slytherin and
Okay.
the Gryffindor one.
And then there was like a brick that was gone where we could see the lady with the
Yeah,
quill
that was
through.
on the Gryffindor one.
Okay. So can we still tell which staircase is the one that had? I guess I would remember.
Yeah, you won't remember. Yeah.
So, yeah, this place is kind of creepy. So, where do you want to go from here?
Well, one of these staircases, there was like weird tracks, and I don't really know what made them. It was really big and kind of like reptilian, I think. Griselda thought it might have been a dragon. So I don't know. Do we want to see what that is? Or we could just go down this other staircase that we know absolutely nothing about. Because one of these staircases also leads to Slytherin, so maybe the other one goes somewhere else?
Let's pick the one with where you have seen those weird tracks. At least we will know something what to expect. I mean, I don't want to run into some big angry magical creature over here, but at least we are prepared to if we run into one. So let's go with this one.
Yes, but we should go carefully, because there is a fine line between bravery and stupidity, I've heard. I think Lawrence has like a book of like sayings or something that he this is like the second terrible saying he's come up with. So should we hide and sneak our way down potentially dangerous corridor?
What is the aim here? Because I don't think it's that you are actively hiding from something.
Okay. I think Lawrence just like Argus kind of wants to know more because
yeah, I think you are trying to gain knowledge.
Okay, so like
okay, so one of you roll gain knowledge, the other helps.
Argus, you're a Ravenclaw. Gaining knowledge is your thing, right?
Yeah, I'm just looking like that. None of the question that would really give us the answer, I think.
Nice.
So I think we should just like go up the stairs and see what is there.
Okay.
So which one you go first? The one with the thing?
Yeah.
The one with the thing.
Yeah. Are there still some tracks or slime left on the stairs?
Okay, so it's like
that Lawrence
a while.
remembers. Yeah, that was like what, 2 months ago.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, we'll do we still have to cast Lumos to see?
Yeah, but I'm assuming that
one of us can manage it this time.
Yes, that this time it was not going to be the.
The
I
opposite of
I
Lumos.
assume we would come prepared and have some kind of lantern with us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true. There are things to
Because
do
you
that
know
aren't
that you
magic.
will be going to darkness.
Okay.
Okay, so you climb the other one, and you climb the one with the creature marks, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you appear behind another portrait, and Argus, you immediately recognize what is on the other side because it's the Ravenclaw common room, and you thought it would be empty, but you can see someone speaking with the fireplace.
Wow, we are. It's this Ravenclaw common room. The staircase must have connect all of the common rooms, and
That's weird.
yeah, yeah. I think I will try to see if I recognize the person speaking to the fireplace. So try to quietly like open the door and take a look. Who is there speaking with the fireplace?
Why don't you hide and sneak?
Of course.
Should we both roll to hide and sneak?
No, one can roll and
Okay.
the other can help.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on the border. I have
I see.
6.
I will try to help. Plus loyalty. I have to remember what I have. Loyalty is 2. Okay. Ooh, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I guess I can give Argus a +1, but take a condition.
Yeah.
So I'll give him the +1, but Lawrence will be. I have to find the conditions. Where are they?
Yeah, on your character sheet, if you on the note there should be a description of what it is.
Okay.
So anyway, so you get a 7-9.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you pick? Someone or something is looking for you or what you have hidden. Someone or something knows you are here. You leave some kind of trace or evidence.
I think since we are coming from this place, which is like very dusty, it would make total sense that we would leave some kind of evidence behind, like steps on the carpet, like very dusty or muddy, exactly where we came from and where we will go. So yeah, I'll leave some kind of trace.
So you see one of the older students, one of the six-tier students. PbtA Erminia, and she's talking with the fireplace, and you can see a very dignified figure that wears the office of an auror, and they seem to be chatting. I am displeased, Erminia, that you did not find anything about the Order of the Phoenix. They are very dangerous enemies of the ministry. We were counting on you. And she seems displeased. They have been quiet. They have been laying low. There's not been activity. That's why I don't have anything to report. I thought you would be happy, Howard. Careful. Your family has long committed indiscretions that border the limits of wizarding law, you will want to remain in the good graces of the ministry. And the flames go off.
I imagine then that we are somehow ducked behind some like tall chairs, just like, and now we go down. And yes, since I have no idea what's Order of Phoenix, I'm really curious what Argus knows about what Order of Phoenix and what he might have heard.
Lawrence, as a muggle, doesn't really know
No,
anything about the
I'm
Order
sorry,
of Phoenix either.
I'm sorry, I meant myself. Argus, what Argus knows. I'm sorry. Yeah. So do you want me to roll gain knowledge?
I think if you're pure blood,
Mhm.
you would have some knowledge. Like it's pretty
Yeah.
commonly known in the wizarding community. Yeah.
Or are they secret right now?
They are
It's the
secret.
70s.
But okay, the quality of the information that you know depends on your game knowledge. So go ahead.
Of course. Argus. Oh, it's a 5.
Oh, then you heard really bad things.
Oh no.
Because you heard that the Order of Phoenix, they are as bad or worse than the Death Eaters. You know that they are dangerous terrorists against the government. If the Death Eaters are dark mages and criminals, the Order of the Phoenix are outright terrorists and are able to do anything on their secret war against the Death Eaters. They are like two awful gangs that are a threat against the wizarding world. Oh, they are really bad news. Oh, Order of Phoenix here in Hogwarts. Oh, no.
You're muted.
So I suppose that instead of like hiding behind the chair, like thinks, and then he like jumps out and shouts like, "Order of Phoenix here in Hogwarts? Like, are we supposed to like run and hide? Like, what they are doing here?"
Lawrence is like tugging on Argus. Like, we're supposed to be hidden.
Lawrence, Order of Phoenix, we need to hide. Like, what do you know about them? What should be a and I'm just like trying to question this like 6-year, just like older students. Like, what do you know about them? Are we in danger? What are you doing here?
The Order of the Phoenix will not have any reasons to be here. And yes, if they are here, we should all be afraid. Because they only go where there is black mage activity. And if they are here, I'm worried about every single student here. Calm down. It's not helping anyone if you are panicked.
I'm not panicked. I'm just Order of Phoenix, and they are worse than the Death Eaters. And there's plenty of dark arts in here. Like the last class, they were casting something and teaching us. I'm not panicked. I'm just worried.
If I introduce you to someone of the Order of the Phoenix, can you calm down and say that they are just normal people like you and me?
Are you joking? Haven't you heard the stories? They are like worse than the Death Eaters. They fight each other. They kidnap people in the middle of the night.
Look, the stories are made by the ministry to justify their incompetence. The ministry is too weak to openly defy he who must not be named and to confront what they are doing, and they are willing to look the other side as long as Death Eaters target muggles. The Order of the Phoenix does not agree with that and is willing to protect everyone, wizard or mundane alike. That's
They
it.
sound pretty good.
Yes.
Like, why are you so panicked, Argus? They sound not bad.
That's not what I heard about them. Do you think we should go and meet one of them? What if they kidnap us just before we go home? What do you think we should do, Lawrence?
Okay. Lawrence is like looking at Argus because he like trusts Argus, and then looking at PbtA, is that her name? And is like, you're a 6th year Ravenclaw. I don't know, Ravenclaws are kind of not good experience except for Argus with them, but also learning a thing. Let's see. I think Lawrence wants to not be kidnapped. And I think he has enough faith in Argus that if Argus thinks this is a bad idea, maybe they shouldn't go meet with the Order of the Phoenix, but also maybe the Order of the Phoenix aren't as bad as Argus thinks. So he'll keep an open mind, but not necessarily want to meet with this person.
So Irminia pulls out her luggage. If you have any questions, we're gonna talk after Christmas, okay? And she moves out of the common room. And
Does
we
she just accept that we're like in the common room?
Yes, this is literally the least of her problem.
Okay.
She's so beyond that.
Okay.
So we cut to another group in another room, which they are with a smile, just hatched Swedish short snout in the middle of its nest with other eggs, and it's emitting bluish flames. What do you do?
Probably a little more diminuendoing and hiding till we figure out how to get around it. Unless you want to try to diminuendo the dragon, but that sounds not like a good plan. I could try to cast Fumos, which is a smoke conjuring spell to obscure where we are, and we could like scurry out of the room potentially. But you're the dragon expert, Mac, so I think it's probably up to you.
Before you do anything, you can maybe gain knowledge to see what you remember about short snouts.
That sounds sensible to me. Roll my intellect. That's boxcars. Sorry, try that again. Snake eyes even. So double one. So.
Oh shit. Okay, so you remember that Swedish short snouts, they are especially vulnerable to magic, and they are easy to control with the right spells.
I don't think it's a good idea, Mac. We're first years. I vulnerable as it may be, like I just feel like we should get out of here. We're looking for some books. Stick to the plan.
It's a dragon. I know dragons. I'm going to approach a magical creature, taking an apple from my pocket. Dragons like apples. He sort of tries to make himself look big and threatening and move towards it with the apple. So I'm going to try and approach a magical creature.
What is Griselda doing as this is happening? You're muted.
So Griselda has tried to suggest that perhaps this is not the best course of action, but does believe that Mac knows about dragons and doesn't want to, upset him by arguing. But she is readying her wand to cast Wingardium Leviosa to just throw him out of the way.
Okay.
If the dragon tries to eat him.
Okay, so let's see what first happens with Alistair and approaching a magic creature.
Right, we will try and see if there's any more luck this time. Hey, That's a 9 plus my loyalty, which is an 11.
Okay, so what you want the creature to do?
I want it to effectively I'm going to pass it the apple, pat it, and say, "Aren't you a cute little dragon?" And ruffle the top of its head. There's nothing scary about little Swedish dragons. You're not like Black Hebridean. Eat an apple. And he passes it the apple.
So he flamets the apple a bit, and then it just gobs it as it lets itself be scratched.
Don't you be telling anyone we're here, little dragon. And looks at Griselda, his hands on his hips, to sort of say, "How dare you not have faith with me?" And storms up the stairs.
I'm going to take that wrong to get rid of my my embarrassed thing.
Okay, so what do you do, and how do you take that wrong?
Well, so he's wrong about things because I would have intervened more if I really didn't trust him. And so I'm going to take it as he just doesn't know me at all. And maybe was just like using me for help, but clearly, like, even though I've been putting him in the lead and trying to do everything to help, like, I do one thing he doesn't like and he storms off without me. So I doubt he meant all of that with that bit of angry outburst. You can correct me if I'm wrong, David.
So
I think it's your interpretation. I don't think there's any correction that I should make as a player.
So, Alistair, you get to the top and you see it's a very fine library, and it's the last 3 floors of the tower. There's a single window open to the exterior on the top, and there is glass beaming in from the center of the roof. And it's one of the few towers in Hogwarts that is not covered in owl feathers, and it's filled to the brim with books. Books, they seem way more temperamental than the usual tomes. They seem to be violent, and they seem to be tackling each other, trying to pick fights, to just tear apart from shelves, and they are all shackled.
Well, this is horrible. The shackled is not good. I don't know the spell yet. Did we get it in our first year? Like, might we have learned it? The unlocking charm is a first year charm, and we haven't really gone over what I assume within the first semester we have learned a few spells. But I feel like Alamora is one of the early ones, but we never.
Let's do test your luck. Roll me 1d6.
But you can also cast spells that you don't know by spending luck points.
Yeah. So just roll me 1d6.
Okay. I'm also willing to roll or to use a luck to cast it.
But maybe
I'll roll first if you want.
Yeah, just to see if you actually learned this already.
I did something with this roll for your party sheet, and it was open earlier. Oh, here it is again. Okay. 1d6. It's a 2 because all I ever roll is a 2.
It's a charm, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So no, it is not one of that you to learn. So you can spend a luck point and cast it.
Okay. So before I do that, I would like to ask Mac if it's actually a good idea. It was a thought I had, but he is the dragon expert. At this point, I'm rather crestfallen, but I'm still going along because, like, here I am, and he is my best friend, and I'm just, well, I could try to cast Alohomora and let them go if that's what you think, Mac.
I'm not so sure that letting them all go is probably our wisest of plans, but perhaps.
There's the one species you wanted the most, right? Is there one here? Can we? I don't know.
So I think Mac's gonna look around and say, "Aha!" and try to spot if he can spot the specifically on training battle dragons was what he was looking for. So books or scrolls on that. So would that be a get what you seek or a gain knowledge?
No, it's opening the book catalog, and you can check the card catalog and you see where it is. You immediately get this information.
So I'll look. He flips through until he finds the how to train a battle dragon books, and then looks to where it is in the bookshelves. Max is feeling a little less bold, thinking that maybe a first-year student shouldn't be grabbing these books. They look sort of dangerous. Do you think this is a good idea, Grizz? Maybe these things are locked up for a reason.
I mean, you're the one who would know, right? Like, I know you don't think I trust you, but I'm here because I do, so...
Why would you think I don't trust you?
Well, you think I don't trust you. Whatever you said when you were going up the stairs, I'm here to help, but I don't think I should weigh in. It didn't seem to turn out so well last time.
I think he sort of clumsily puts his arm on your shoulder and looks in that sort of confused 11-year-old boy trying to talk to a girl, saying, I trust you. Where would you get that idea from? You're a daft girl. What I'm not sure is whether we should take this book.
Well, you already know a lot. Do you think you could look through it, like skim it, and see if there are any relevant passages that would add enough knowledge to what you already have? I don't know, like getting into this tower was already a bit challenging and risky. And we've pulled it off, which is fabulous, but I feel like now's the time. Maybe that's just the Gryffindor talking, but I kind of feel like we should just go for it.
So I'm going to look. Is the Battle Dragon book? Is it there and is it flying?
The book is there, and it got free from one of the shackles, and it's currently devouring an encyclopedia of Romanian dragons. And the encyclopedia of Romanian dragons is whimpering in pain as it's slowly being consumed.
So,
would a cleaning charm put it back?
No.
Okay, never mind.
I know what to do. And he takes out his wand again, and he's going to try and cast Petrificus Totalis on it to have it sort of come to a stop.
Go ahead. No way this will turn out badly.
Mac is not a good magic user. 6 minus 1 is a 5. No. Magic is not his strength.
So, you try to hit it, but the problem is that the cover is made from scales of Swedish short snout, and the magic rebounds, and it hits the shackles of it and another few books, and suddenly there are 6 angry books falling down towards you. What do you do?
Do you want to swap to the others and come back to us, maybe?
Yeah. Let's see. So after this revelation, do you still feel that you want to go more exploration?
I mean, it seems like it seems like all of these corridors lead to the different common rooms.
Well, we need to check the last one to be sure.
To be sure.
Like, I don't have I have nothing against Hufflepuffs, but maybe someone make this secret passage to exclude them. I don't know. Let's go and check the last one.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I guess Lawrence is like, well, we still have time. The others haven't come searching for us yet. I hope they're okay. Let's. So do we go back down the way we came into the central area and take the other one then?
I think as we are doubling back, Argos is like really curious because you told him about this creature that was moving here, and he like really carefully looks around as we are going back, as we exit the Ravenclaw common room, and he looks for a place where, I don't know, some big slimy creature could have hidden over here.
Yeah.
Are there some secret side corridors or something else?
Why don't you give me a get knowledge?
Yeah, sure. And I think as I'm doing this, I'm like commenting, like, where would this creature hide over here? Like, I have never seen such a creature in the common room, so it must be hiding somewhere.
Did you guys not hear any weird noises in the middle of the night in the Ravenclaw dorms? It was a large creature.
Like, the usual pillow fights and someone snoring or farting, but not like big creatures. So I got a 9. So yeah, I think I want to ask the question: where is the thing I'm looking for? And the thing is this like big creature. Do I find where it went?
So, question: which of you carries a mirror?
Isn't that Alistair and Griselda?
I was actually just writing about it in the chat.
Oh.
1 second, I'll just finish the sentence. Probably easier than.
I think both of them had the mirrors. I think we don't have the mirror unless you gave it to us.
No, I mean
any mirror. Okay, I don't think Lawrence has a mirror. Oh no, is this a basilisk? Oh
yeah.
No.
I'm not. Would Argos have a mirror? I don't think so. He could have some surface that is kind of reflecting, but probably not the mirror itself.
So you go looking into alternative paths and secret passage, and you are lured by the water. You approach the water, and you see that it's not only an infiltration; it's an outright absence. There is a massive hole from which water is flooding in, and as you tap on the wall, you can hear the metallic bouncing back of tubes, and you realize that the water is flowing here because one of the tubes is loose, and whoever is going around, whatever creature it is, it's probably coming through the water and through the tubes in and out of the castle. And as you are doing that, you feel the air dislocate. As you can see, well, you can feel in the back of your neck massive movement from the ceiling as something seems to be slithering, getting closer. And we're gonna take a break now for 10.
Awesome.
Cliffhanger.